Jamaica is on the line to lose hundreds of millions of dollars in less than a week. That's how big the threat of Hurricane Melissa really is. A single storm, expected to hit the island directly as a powerful Category 4, could stop the entire country in its tracks. We're not talking about just heavy rain or strong winds. We're talking about a full economic shutdown. For 4 or 5 days, Jamaica could come to a standstill, and every hour the storm stays, the losses will keep rising. Each day the country stays closed, roughly 50 to 60 million US dollars vanish from the economy. That's how much Jamaica produces on average every day. When Melissa hits, that machine stops. Businesses can't open, goods can't move, people can't work. The ports and airports close, the fuel tankers stop, and every truck that moves food, gas, or supplies grinds to a halt. By the end of day one, the country could already be down tens of millions. On the first day, everything freezes. Flights are canceled, ports sealed, schools closed, and most workplaces locked up. Electricity lines fall, communication networks fail, and the island goes dark. That first day alone means lost wages for hundreds of thousands of workers. Supermarkets close, restaurants shut down. Taxi drivers can't work because the roads are flooded. Small shops lose their daily income and bills start piling up. For every 24 hours the country is closed, money that would have circulated through salaries, sales, and trade simply disappears. If the storm lasts 2 days, the real pain begins. Jamaica's economy depends heavily on imports. Everything from food to fuel comes through its ports. Once those ports are closed, ships carrying gasoline, diesel, cooking gas, and goods can't dock. That means gas stations start running low and panic buying spreads fast. Without fuel, trucks can't deliver food to supermarkets. The few stores that manage to open sell out in hours. Shelves go empty. The distribution network that keeps the island supplied breaks down completely. Every extra day that passes without port activity adds more to the losses, another 50 or 60 million gone, plus the growing cost of shortages. By the third day, the damage to tourism becomes clear. Jamaica's tourism sector earns about 11 to 12 million US dollars every single day. It's one of the biggest pillars of the economy. When the airports close and cruise ships divert, that money stops instantly. Tourists already on the island are stuck inside hotels. New arrivals are canceled, cruise lines skip their stops, and the hotel industry bleeds revenue. Every missed day of tourism means millions lost. And it's not just the hotels. The drivers, craft vendors, tour guides, restaurants, and all the people who depend on tourist spending are cut off too. By day 3, that's roughly 30 to 40 million US dollars gone from tourism alone, not counting the losses in other sectors. On day 4, the economy starts to suffocate. Businesses that were hoping for a short shutdown now face serious problems. Many small businesses in Jamaica rely on daily cash flow. If they don't open, they don't earn. And if they don't earn, they can't pay rent, loans, or workers. For some, 4 or 5 days of closure could be the difference between staying open and closing for good. Factories can't produce because workers can't reach them, and there's no power to run the machines. The transport sector stalls. Delivery services shut down. Construction sites flood. Everyone loses money at once. By now, hundreds of millions of dollars have been drained out of circulation. As day 5 begins, the storm's full cost becomes unbearable. By this stage, Melissa has held Jamaica hostage for nearly a week. The ports are still closed, roads are underwater, and power restoration crews can't reach major areas. The government must now pour money into rescue and emergency aid. Shelters need food and water, roads must be cleared, bridges must be repaired, hospitals need backup power. That means millions in government spending every day while tax revenue collapses because businesses are closed. The budget breaks, debt grows. The progress made in recent years, cutting debt, stabilizing the economy, and growing tourism, could all be set back in a single week. By the 5th day, Jamaica could easily be looking at a direct economic hit of over 300 million US dollars, and that doesn't even include damage to property or infrastructure. When you add the destruction of homes, roads, and farms, the total bill could reach into the billions. The truth is, Melissa's slow movement makes it one of the costliest types of hurricanes a small island can face. Every extra hour over land is another hour of wind damage, flooding, and business loss. The storm's effects don't stop when the skies clear. When the ports finally reopen, there will be a backlog of ships waiting to unload goods. It could take days to restock fuel, food, and essentials. By then, prices will already be climbing. Jamaica has seen this before. After major hurricanes, inflation always jumps. Food prices rise first, followed by building materials, transportation, and utilities. For families already struggling to make ends meet, the pressure will be unbearable. Tourism will take even longer to recover. After a hurricane, travelers cancel trips, cruise lines reroute for weeks, and images of destruction spread across social media. Some resorts might stay closed for repairs. The earnings lost during those recovery weeks can exceed the damage done during the storm itself. Even when the airports reopen, it takes time for confidence to return. Agriculture faces another hit. With days of heavy rain and wind, crops like banana, plantain, and vegetables can be wiped out. Farmland flooded for days can't be replanted right away. Rural communities that depend on small farms for income lose their harvests and their cash flow. That means less food for local markets and more dependence on imports, which will already be delayed. Then comes the cost of rebuilding infrastructure. Roads have to be cleared and resurfaced, bridges repaired, power lines restrung, telecom networks restored. These aren't quick or cheap fixes. They take months, sometimes years to fully restore. And all of that adds more debt to the government's books. Jamaica's recovery from each hurricane often costs billions, and Melissa, with its slow movement, could be worse than many before it. Every sector will feel it. The banks will see loan payments delayed, the energy companies will lose revenue from blackouts, the water systems could be damaged by flooding, schools may stay closed for weeks. Even the health system faces extra strain, with injuries, illnesses, and damaged facilities. It's a chain reaction that spreads far beyond the storm itself. And when the economy finally starts moving again, it won't move at full speed. Many small business owners will need new loans to restart. Some will never reopen. Daily paid workers who already lost income during the storm will take time to recover. That means less spending, slower trade, and weaker growth in the months that follow. If Jamaica is closed for even one day, the country loses roughly 50 million US dollars. If it's closed for 2 days, the losses double. By day 3, you're looking at close to 200 million gone when you add in tourism and imports. By day 5, the figure passes 300 million, and that's just in lost production, not rebuilding. Every additional day Melissa lingers adds tens of millions more. Time itself becomes expensive. And this is where the real danger lies. A Category 4 hurricane sitting over Jamaica for 4 to 5 days is not just a weather event, it's a full-scale economic disaster. The country runs on movement. When planes don't land, ships don't dock, and people can't work, the economy flatlines. Each silent day costs more than the last. The storm may last less than a week, but the aftershocks will last for months. Prices will rise, businesses will close, jobs will be lost, government spending will skyrocket, and once again, Jamaica will have to borrow to rebuild. Hurricane Melissa shows how fragile the system really is. A single storm, staying a few extra days, can erase months or even years of progress. The money lost in those 4 or 5 days is gone forever. The country will survive, but it will not come out untouched. When the winds stop and the rain finally ends, the true damage won't just be seen in the fallen trees or flooded roads. It will be in the empty wallets, closed shops, and the quiet streets where life stood still. For Jamaica, this isn't just another hurricane. This is a reminder that when the island stops moving, even for a few days, the cost is not just measured in dollars, but in the future it takes away.